Ladies and gentlemen, before you even think about stepping into this day, I want you to pause for a moment. Pause and breathe. Close your eyes if you must. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm here to remind you of the power you hold to shape it. Every morning is a fresh canvas, and you are the artist. So let's start with intention. What is the one thing you want to feel today? Not do, not achieve, feel. Is it joy? Confidence? Peace? Set that as your anchor. Because when the world pulls you in 100 directions, your intention will guide you home. And let me tell you something, there's no one like you. No one. The world doesn't need another version of somebody else, it needs you. Your quirks, your brilliance, even your imperfections, they're not flaws, they're your fingerprint on this universe. Own that. Celebrate it. But let's get real, not every day will be smooth. Some days the universe will test you. And on those days, gratitude is your superpower. Yes, gratitude. Be thankful for what you have, but also for what challenges you. Because those challenges, they're not obstacles, they're lessons disguised as storms. Now, here's the final piece action. Step into this day with courage. Fear will try to whisper in your ear, what if you fail? What if you're not enough? Let me tell you, fear doesn't get to drive this car. You do. Fear is just a passenger, so let it ride along if it must, but never let it decide your destination. As you stand on the brink of this day, remember it's yours. Yours to design, yours to conquer, and yours to own. So go ahead, step out, and make it extraordinary. You've got this. Now go shine. Let's talk about the power of intention, one of the most underrated yet transformative forces in our lives. Intention isn't just a fleeting thought or a wishful idea, it's the energy, the purpose, and the focus you bring to everything you do. It's not about hoping the day will be good, it's about deciding it will be. It's about claiming your power to influence how you move through the world. When you set an intention, you're giving your mind a direction and your heart a purpose. Think about it. How often do we go through our days on autopilot, reacting to whatever comes our way? Emails, texts, demands, distractions, they all come flying at us, and we just respond. But when you start your day with intention, you take control. You say, this is what matters to me today. This is how I want to feel. This is what I want to focus on. And suddenly you're no longer just reacting, you're leading. Intention is more than a goal. A goal is external, it's the destination. Intention is internal, it's the compass. It's the why behind every step you take. Setting an intention isn't about predicting the day ahead or controlling every outcome. It's about grounding yourself in what you value most. It's saying, no matter what happens today, I choose to align with this energy, this purpose, this feeling, and that alignment becomes your anchor. Here's the thing, the power of intention isn't in its complexity, it's in its simplicity. It doesn't require hours of planning or elaborate rituals. It's as simple as a quiet moment with yourself, asking, what do I want to bring into the world today? Maybe it's kindness, maybe it's focus, maybe it's courage. Whatever it is, naming it gives it power. And when you move through your day with that intention in mind, you start to see the world differently. You notice opportunities you might have overlooked. You respond to challenges with clarity instead of frustration. You create momentum where there was once hesitation. But intention doesn't stop with the mind, it fuels action. When your actions are aligned with your intention, they carry a certain energy, a conviction. People can feel it, you can feel it. It's the difference between going through the motions and showing up with purpose. And when your actions are intentional, they don't just affect you, they ripple out into the world around you. Think about how powerful that is. Every thought, every word, every choice carries the energy of your intention. It's like planting seeds. Some will sprout quickly, others will take time. But all of them are growing into something meaningful. And the best part, you don't need a perfect plan or ideal circumstances to set an intention. You just need the willingness to choose, to say, this is who I want to be today. This is how I want to show up. And that choice changes everything. Intention is the foundation of creation. It's how you turn a chaotic, unpredictable world into a place of meaning and possibility. It's how you align your energy with your dreams and values no matter what's happening around you. Intention is quiet but powerful. It's personal but universal. It's simple but profound. Let's dive into what it really means to celebrate your uniqueness. It's not just about liking yourself on good days or accepting your quirks when it's convenient. It's about recognizing, embracing, and owning the one thing that no one else in the world can replicate you. Your uniqueness is your superpower, your fingerprint on this world, the essence that makes you irreplaceable. Yet so often we downplay it. We compare, we conform, we shrink ourselves to fit into molds that were never meant for us. But here's the truth: you were never meant to blend in. You were born to stand out. Think about it: out of billions of people on this planet, there's no one who sees the world exactly like you do, no one who dreams with your specific vision, no one who carries your mix of experiences, talents, and passions. That's not a coincidence, it's a deliberate design. And yet, how many times do we try to hide parts of ourselves because they don't seem to fit some arbitrary standard? Maybe it's the way you think, the way you look, the way you feel deeply or express yourself differently. But those are the very things that make you extraordinary. They're what set you apart in a world that often celebrates sameness. When you celebrate your uniqueness, you stop trying to live someone else's story and start living your own. And let's be honest, the pressure to conform is real. We're surrounded by messages telling us what we should look like, how we should act, what we should achieve. Social media bombards us with curated versions of perfection that make us question if we're enough. But here's the thing: chasing someone else's version of success or beauty or happiness will never satisfy you because it's not yours. It's like trying to wear a suit tailored for someone else, it will never fit you the way it's supposed to. Your uniqueness isn't just about what you're good at, it's also about what you've been through. Your struggles, your scars, your triumphs, they've all shaped you into the person you are today. They've given you a perspective that no one else has. Even the parts of yourself that you've been tempted to hide, the awkwardness, the mistakes, the things you wish you could change, those are part of your story too. And they're beautiful because they're real. They're human. They're you. When you truly celebrate your uniqueness, you give yourself permission to take up space in the world exactly as you are. You stop apologizing for being different and start recognizing that your differences are what make you unforgettable. You realize that your voice deserves to be heard, not because it sounds like everyone else's, but because it doesn't. You understand that your perspective is valuable, not because it aligns with the majority, but because it challenges it. And you begin to see that the things you thought made you too much or not enough are the very things that make you just right. Celebrating your uniqueness doesn't mean you have to be loud or flashy about it. It's not about proving yourself to anyone else. It's a quiet, steady confidence that comes from knowing who you are and honoring that every single day. It's about trusting that you don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You don't need to fit into anyone else's expectations to be extraordinary. And you don't need anyone's permission to shine. Let's talk about the transformative power of gratitude and growth. Two forces that, when combined, can turn even the most difficult of days into opportunities for renewal and strength. Gratitude is often mistaken for simply saying thank you or appreciating what's easy to love in our lives. But real gratitude, the kind that changes you, is so much deeper. It's about choosing to see the value in everything life offers, even the moments that challenge you, the struggles that stretch you, and the failures that humble you. And when paired with the mindset of growth, gratitude becomes a catalyst for becoming your most resilient, empowered self. Gratitude is not about denying the hardships in your life. It's not about ignoring pain or pretending that everything is fine when it's not. It's about shifting your focus from what's missing to what's present, from what's broken to what's still whole. It's a conscious decision to say, even though things aren't perfect, there is something here, right here, that I can appreciate. It might be as small as the breath in your lungs, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, or the fact that you've made it through every single hard day before this one. Gratitude doesn't erase the struggle, it gives you the strength to face it with a clearer heart. But here's the thing: gratitude is only one side of the coin, growth is the other. Life will test you. It will hand you moments that seem unfair, overwhelming, or even impossible. And in those moments, you have a choice to see yourself as a victim of circumstance or as a student of experience. Growth doesn't mean you have to love every hardship or feel grateful for pain itself. It means recognizing that within every challenge, there is a lesson, a seed of strength, waiting to take root. It's about asking, what can I learn from this? How can I grow through this? It's about understanding that even when life feels heavy, it's also shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for what's ahead. Gratitude and growth work together like two sides of a powerful equation. Gratitude keeps you grounded, reminding you of what's good and worthy in your life, no matter the circumstances. Growth propels you forward, turning every experience, good or bad, into an opportunity to become wiser, stronger, and more compassionate. Together, they create a mindset that allows you to not just survive life's ups and downs, but to thrive because of them. Think about it. How many times have you faced something you thought you couldn't handle, only to look back later and realize it made you stronger? Maybe it was a heartbreak that taught you self worth, a failure that pushed you to try harder, or a loss that deepened your appreciation for what remains. Those moments may have been painful, but they also gave you something: perspective, resilience, courage. And that's where gratitude comes in. It doesn't mean you're thankful for the struggle itself, but for the strength it built within you. It's about finding the silver lining even when the clouds seem endless. Gratitude and growth are not destinations, they are practices. They're not something you achieve once and then forget about. They're muscles you build over time. And like any muscle, they grow stronger the more you use them. Gratitude becomes a habit when you actively seek out what's good in your life. Even on the hardest days, growth becomes a way of life when you approach every experience with the belief that there's something to learn, something to gain, something that can make you better. When you pair gratitude with growth, you begin to see challenges not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. You understand that life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every closed door becomes a chance to find a new path. Gratitude and growth teach you that even when the journey is hard, it's still worth walking because every step is shaping you into the person you're meant to be. Let's talk about action with courage, the kind of action that doesn't wait for permission, doesn't depend on perfect circumstances, and doesn't cower in the face of fear. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's not about being fearless or invincible. Courage is about moving forward despite the fear, choosing to act even when your heart is racing, your palms are sweating, and your mind is whispering all the reasons you should turn back. Courageous action isn't always grand or loud, it's often quiet, deliberate, and deeply personal. But no matter its size or scale, it's what creates change both within you and in the world around you. Action with courage starts with a decision to break free from the paralysis of overthinking, self doubt, and what ifs. How many times have you held yourself back because you were afraid of failing, afraid of judgment, or afraid that you weren't ready? Fear has a way of making us wait for the right moment, the right skills, the right amount of confidence. But here's the truth: waiting rarely brings clarity. Clarity comes from movement. The moment you take action, even the smallest step, you begin to dismantle the power fear has over you. Courageous action is messy and imperfect. It doesn't come with guarantees. You might stumble, you might fall, you might even fail. But that's where growth lives. Every stumble teaches you balance, every fall teaches you resilience, and every failure teaches you something invaluable. Courage is not about getting it right the first time, it's about showing up, trying, and learning. It's about refusing to let fear dictate the boundaries of your life. And let's be real, taking action with courage isn't just about big, life changing decisions. It's also about the small, everyday moments that require you to show up as your authentic self. It takes courage to speak your truth in a world that often rewards conformity. It takes courage to set boundaries and say no when something doesn't align with your values. It takes courage to ask for help, admit when you don't know something, or take responsibility for your mistakes. These acts may seem small, but they require immense strength, and they're just as transformative as the big leaps. Courageous action is not about being reckless or fearless, it's about being intentional and brave. It's about understanding that fear will always exist, but it doesn't have to control you. Fear is a natural response to stepping outside your comfort zone. It's a sign that you're growing, that you're reaching for something bigger than where you are now. And that's where the magic happens. Outside your comfort zone is where possibilities expand, where dreams take shape, and where you discover just how capable you are. Action with courage also means accepting uncertainty. There's no roadmap for life, no way to predict every outcome. And that uncertainty can feel overwhelming, even paralyzing. But here's the thing: certainty is overrated. Certainty keeps you in the realm of what's known, what's safe, what's predictable. Courage allows you to step into the unknown, to take risks, to trust yourself even when you don't have all the answers. It's in those moments of uncertainty that you find your strength, your creativity, and your resilience. Courageous action is contagious. When you act with courage, you inspire others to do the same. Your bravery becomes a beacon, showing others what's possible when they choose to face their fears and take that first step. You may never know the full impact of your courage, how your willingness to speak up, stand out, or try something new might empower someone else to do the same. But make no mistake, courage creates ripples. It changes not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. And here's the most powerful thing about courageous action: it rewires you. Every time you act in the face of fear, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. You build confidence, not because you avoided fear, but because you confronted it and came out on the other side. Courage isn't something you're born with, it's something you build step by step, action by action. And the more you practice it, the more it becomes a part of who you are. As you step into your day, remember that you hold immense power within you, the power to choose, to grow, and to shine. Set your intention like a compass to guide you through whatever comes your way. Celebrate your uniqueness because the world doesn't need a replica, it needs you. Embrace gratitude, not just for the joys, but for the challenges that shape you, and pair it with a mindset of growth to turn every setback into a stepping stone. Finally, take action with courage, knowing that fear is a companion, not a ruler, and your bravery will light the way, not just for yourself, but for those who watch and draw strength from your steps. This day is yours to claim. You are capable, worthy, and ready. So go forward with purpose, with gratitude, with boldness, and above all, with the knowledge that you have everything you need within you.